กันอีกรอบแล้วค่ะหลังจากพักเบรกกันไปให้หายเหนื่อยนะคะสำหรับการเชียร์ตัวแทนจากประเทศไทยแล้วก็ทางอินโดนีเซียนั่นเองค่ะแต่ว่าต่อไปค่ะจะเป็นการแข่งขันกันอย่างที่บอกกันไประหว่าง EVOS DY และทีม Bruxo ค่ะ
It was a very intense match between Buridam and RQ, and you know who won, right?
ใช่
Yeah, and now we are going to witness. I think this is my most favorite one. It's like
Why?
EVOS Divine versus Fluxo. Because
Oh,
like
okay.
Fluxo, they are really strong in Brazil.
Yeah.
Before EVOS Divine, they were the champion of EWC 2025. So watching two kings play against each other makes me feel like I'm going to stay wide awake because like the match is kind of long, so everyone must be kind of tired. But I believe that this match will rock you guys up.
โอเคค่ะทุกคนเพราะฉะนั้นนะคะขอเสียงต้อนรับนะคะ EVOS DY แชมป์จากเกม Free Fire ในรายการ eSport World Cup ปี 2025 ค่ะ
Yep, and let's welcome EVOS Divine, the champion from the eSport World Cup 2025.
และแน่นอนค่ะทุกคนคะขอเสียงต้อนรับเพื่อนๆจากบราซิลกันหน่อยและนี่คือทีม Bruxo รองแชมป์จากรายการ Free Fire World Series บราซิล 2025 ค่ะ
The runner-ups from the Free Fire World Series Brazil 2025, Team Fluxo!
และตามธรรมเนียมค่ะเราจะให้คู่แข่งทั้งสองทีมจับมือกันก่อนที่จะเข้าโพสิชันในการแข่งขันค่ะ
Alright, the waiting time is over. You guys come over, wide awake, shake each other's hands, and get prepared for your first match.
Look at that Look at that
Yeah.
ดูการจับมือเมื่อกี้นี่คือ energy มาแบบเอาแน่โดนแน่ไฟแน่เกมนี้จะต้องมันแบบสุดๆเลยค่ะ
Well, to be honest, like I think they really want to just like start open the game and then just jump into the game and play against with each other. But like from your guessing, who will be winning of this match?
Oh, it's hard because Indonesian team always be my favorite, but maybe this time I will cheer to Bruxo.
Okay, if you Fluxo, then I will be EVOS.
Okay, girls. So can't wait.
Alright,
Let's get back to the shoutcaster. Yep.
everyone, welcome to the Shoutcasters.
ไปเลย
Thank you very much, Yunzo and Yuki. Well, Yuki cheering on Fluxo at this point, and Yunzo taking the safe route. She did mention that like they have been a great potential for Evos to be able to win this game. But I would love to see what adjustment Fluxo has done, because like Bobs did mention, they are excited to be part of the Clash Squad. They don't have this in their region, their country, so it might have been tough, but I'm pretty sure they have some training that has been done to prepare for this.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is, when we know that Fluxo's mindset is very refined, very positive, right? Even when we see them take losses, and sure, losses they do hurt. Look at EWC, they go into the last round and realize they don't have a chance to win the whole thing. But even on the cameras, they saw smiles and giggles. They were ready to still give it their all. And I think that's the hallmark of a great team, a team that has won 2 world championships back to back with the same roster, or almost the same roster. Boss, being one of the greatest captains in the Brazilian league, continues to deliver. And hope he, manages expectations for the teams coming into this, facing off against the literal EWC champions. It's not going to be an easy Clash Squad series, but I'm looking forward to some potential upsets.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, upsets that we might have seen from the spring season Clash Squad, because we know, similar to what we've seen in RRQ, Russia has been keeping distance, especially in position, going in for a like very long flank, and as a sniper, that is what you need. But distance between him and the rest of the teams are quite like that huge that there's no follow-up that can be done to help him. So hopefully that has been corrected already. Just make sure that they can win this fight against Fluxo, and it's tough as well. MT7 is their good snipers, so this is a good chance that we will see a battle between the snipers. Yes, the Wonder Kid is there, but MT7 is also bringing wonders in terms of that fight.
Yeah, and the one critique that I think Fluxo has been receiving, play loosely when they play freely, we know that they can fight. We saw that at the closing rounds of EWC, but what happens when they're constantly thrust into that position? Like that, I think this is where we get to see and discover alongside Fluxo if this is going to be something that they themselves have not realized within them.
Yeah, exactly. That is something that they will really have to work with, and I'm pretty sure they know that. They understand that that's what they need. That's their weakness in terms of Clash Squad, and we've seen them from first time I saw them doing those drills before a match. I'm pretty sure they have something planned. They are confident that they can bring it on right now, but confidence is just one part. It's more of how can you make those adjustments, because yes, they can play it slow, especially with what I pointed out and what Rastia has been doing in Clash Squad, but they need to also switch it up to a quick pace if needed. Not just for this game, but if they get into the playoffs or probably the 1-0 matches, because we've seen how some teams like move quickly. Woodham United is one. Another is Loss. They are very good in CQCs, and Team Falcons if in case they are in that part. So WAG though, we've seen some similarities between them and Fluxo. So I guess that's even for them, but for the other teams, that will be tough.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough. I think for Fluxo, they have had a very rough start of the year, right? They haven't won anything so far, and again, they came off of quite a struggle at the recent EWC. But we look at the caliber of the players, we know that they have a great shot caller in Bobs. They have MT7, who came in and instantly made a name for himself, right? Just able to kind of change the way that Fluxo was perceived. But I think right now, for the team itself, Fluxo with with Prox now in the roster, the latest addition, GU still being around, I really want to see if they have learned anything from EWC. Have they really switched out their play style and kind of adapted to the current meta, which demands you to be a lot more decisive in these fights.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a few weeks since EWC, and it's only a few days since the update. So, and I guess this is one of the teams that really are struggling in terms of adapting after each change, each update meta. And we're not talking about Battle Royale as well. They are runner-up in their region. They are champions from the previous global finals, but Clash Squad is a different story. It's a different chapter, similar to the chapter 2 that we have in Ninja War. So we'll have to see. This is a chance for to us to remove all those doubts. Otherwise, if they come to a loss, how quick can they adapt later on would be the question. That's one thing that they need to answer right now.
Yeah. Let's see what they have to say to each other at this upcoming video piece. Enjoy.
Naruto itu dari kecil dia dikucilkan di Konoha, jadi pas dia sampai dewasa dia bisa jadi pahlawan buat desa Konoha itu.
Nah,
Tim Falcon,
doakan
karena
di
dia
sewarja
berturut-turut
Sunda
jadi
ya
juara
guys.
di turnamen Clash Squad.
Falcon karena kemarin Falcon sempat sempat juara lah di Spring CS, jadi menurutku dia aku pengen lah ngalahin dia.
Mungkin Kalahari, karena Kalahari banyak high groundnya, jadi kita bisa manfaatin perang jarak jauh kita.
I think I'm good because I'm good is so bad in FF Spring. Yeah, he's so bad. He cannot play. I think he should practice. Karena I'm good menurutku sampah banget di CS Spring. Jadi dia harus banyak latihan sih untuk event ini. Favorite player, I think On Fire. Karena On Fire tuh ya dia juara lah kemarin di CS Spring CS, jadi menurutku dia bakalan jadi player yang bagus. Mungkin Buriram sih, karena kita bakalan ya lebih improve lah daripada yang sebelum-sebelumnya. Kalau dari aku kayaknya ya sih, karena dari role yang terpenting juga aku, jadi tapi it's okay lah.
So, Rose of 15 years old, 3 years later, wins EWC, becomes public enemy number 1, the most sought after investment in the entire world. His rise to fame has been second to none, but he's handling the pressure and the fame pretty well. Let's see if he can continue that with EVOS in this show match. I think they have a lot more to prove than just enjoy the show match.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is really a wonder kid because of how well he composed himself. Again, the fame, it's not just because he's a wonder kid, he's like won the championship, but 7 million later, 7 million followers later, he's still a kid that you want to be, or that we hope, like elders, would like to hope other survivors would be. Humble, but still has strength, still has like all of those that can be offered by a pro player. So this kid is something else, and hopefully we see more of more survivors become this kid. Also jump in the pro scene, see them like evolve differently, and a great storyline indeed, not only for Russia but for Evo Divine overall.
I think it's a maturity that at such a young age that's very rare in a young kid, right? When you have that much power, that much influence over everyone else, and you are finding success. I think that maturity is something that usually comes late, that comes lagging behind, and that's what a lot of young superstars struggle with. Right? He's the kid that most parents compared me to. Now, how am I supposed to be a wonder kid? It's not a fair playing ground, but every once in a blue moon we get a prodigy like Russia, and able to take on the Grace as well. It's not like him becoming a champion, in the community tournaments. He literally went up against people who have won world championships, who have played on the world stage multiple times across multiple years, and been able to get up. And he's coming up at the first time, being able to be not just the champion, but also the MVP of the entire finals. I think that is something remarkable that we'll probably never see again in the future 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough though, it's tough. But let's see though if this is something that can really motivate Fluxo to bring it on, because there's a lot of, they also have their own accolades, but similar to what we mentioned in Buddha United, they are faltering in some aspect. But map order right now, we are going to start off with a finisher in the previous series, which is Nextera, then we head into Bermuda, and then followed by Kalahari. So this is because this excites me a lot because Nextera is a map wherein, similar to what we've seen earlier, doesn't favor them that much. But hello guys.
All the close ranges on site. That's so fun.
That's one thing as well. Like that excites me for this. It's not just for the fans, but even the KOLs are like set to have fun, not because they need to, but because they are literally just having fun.
Come on, Garena. When is our turn? Get us there, please. Please, just once. I'm not complaining, you know. We still get to enjoy it, but it'd be nice to be there in person. Maybe in the future down the road. But yeah, I think for I think this particular case for Fluxo, I think most pressure is probably off the shoulders. I feel like EVOS probably has a lot more to prove, at least from the public perspective. And now Koshima is having tons of fun. I mean, it's so cool, right? Everyone has their own setup. You get to report on what's happening. You get to enjoy, get a fun time, have fun, get paid, party, play the game, meet people from around the globe, have fans come up to you.
Exactly. I mean, and that's one thing that I'm loving, especially in this setup, especially when Free Fire has to offer right now. The number of like potentially meeting fans from all over the world is just something else. And even for us, to be honest, even for us, the opportunity that was given to us by Free Fire, the Garena Free Fire, is in a different level. It is a different level. I could compare. I could compare it with other experiences, and this is why, like, despite of my age, I'm still enjoying. I'm still loving a young person's job and game. I would say.
I agree. Like I've mentioned to our bosses a couple of times that this is something I've never experienced before, and they laugh me off. They say that I'm lying, but I'm not lying when I say that Free Fire has definitely been something else. What was this, 5 years and counting? I think since 2020. This is the first MCP major up till now. This has been a long journey, but nothing like I've ever experienced before, right? It's opened doors for not just me, but the rest of us. We went to 2 EWC together. We've been to, multiple global finals, online and offline. There's more to come. We watched these kids grow up. Like I remember first time I saw Russia was in a show match, and now he's an EWC champion. Like I don't have kids, but I feel like I'm watching my own kid grow up.
Yeah, I mean that's what we have right here. I mean, especially me, I'm on the 40s, 41 to be exact, and I'm seeing the growth of these kids. Literally, like including you. You're my kids because you're around the same age as some of the players out here, and I'm loving the evolution of everyone, the game itself, the player base, the team base, and even the introduction of the others. You did mention about like some unexpected, like Dragons, just moving up, Red Hawks being part of EWC, a lot of fans out there, like some of the tournament scene that I would say rested for a year or a couple of years is now coming back, and just brings more excitement into the game, into the scene itself. Not just esports though, into the entirety of Free Fire scene.
Yeah, that's why I think we were nominated for the best mobile game at one point. I think we won it at one point. It's again, it's quite an achievement overall when you look back down history. I would say that for those who've truly been around for a long time, let's kick it back to like 2019 or 2020. Here's a pop quiz for people in the chat. How many hairstyles has Moshi gone through? I think that itself is a good enough indicator that we've been around for a long time, because this guy has been experimenting a lot. Right? I mean, right now his hairstyle is a lot more, normal, more conventional. But there were times where his hairstyle was so outrageous that the player portrait frame could not contain it. He breaks the boundaries, literally. That's Moshi for you. He raised the bar.
Raised boundaries.
His graphic designer's worst nightmare.
do agree. I do agree. I mean, but that's what we love. Different personalities, different approaches. But let's get back into the game. So Cassie has been banned by Fluxo and A124, especially with how deadly it is earlier. But Zane being done by Grim United. Then Evo Zivine comes in. It looks like an RRQ thing. So especially that Steffi. So that Steffi is an RRQ signature in Clash Squad, but they didn't pull it out earlier. So I'm not quite sure why, but probably it's because there's no threat of grenade or probably grenade launcher being used. But Evo Zivine is using here on Fluxo right now, Tatsuya and Clue. So on here Tatsuya, double down on the rush. Zane will be the backup, and then Clue will just give them information. So Zane, I believe this will be Bobs or probably Butsin, and then Jiu would be either Oscar or Tatsuya, and Clue would be MC7. He needs that.
Yeah, 100%. This is more of a Fluxo that I wish to see, right? A Fluxo that's willing to take initiative. Home run has to be for Evo's Divine again, more than for some utility to delay potential push. I was thinking if they want to kind of throw a curveball and go for that Ignis instead, create those blind spots and, really throw a wrench into Fluxo's full-on aggression, but I can work with this, right? Like that Tatsuya, if it pays off, we have this Oscar as a primary layer. I can see it working out for Fluxo if they can get the ball rolling. But you're also contending with Rasha, who is one of the few sniper players that I can confidently say not only stand amongst the greats, but also in a way where he can play long range and also CQC when he's needed. He's one of a kind, and when I say one of the kind, the first time we saw someone like that was Moshi, and that was back in what, 2021, 2022?
Some glimpse of it in 23, but yeah, I mean that was a prime of Moshi in that earlier year. So I do agree with you, especially that's one thing that they learn as well. But as you can see, Zane would be Bops, Oscar would be Butsin, J would be Tatsuya, and MC7, as called it, would be Clue. Now I'm wondering, Ray would be the ones using that Santino, and then Abax with that Steffi, Coach Shield with the Homer, and then especially Rasia on that Iris. So I was thinking he will be sticking with that Santino, similar to what we've seen in this spring season, but I guess this is more viable for them. And we're talking about Nextera though, so not so much of elevation, but a good chance really to give out that information for the rest to work with.
Not only that, we also have Ray playing instead of Aim God, right? That explains why Aim God was kind of in the coaching staff position. We didn't see Ray play at EWC, even though he is an active member of the squad. So it's good to see that he gets some play time on his own. Technically for Fluxo, they're not facing against the full force of the EWC champs. Still 75% of it, and that itself is going to be a daunting task. But again, good to see Ray back in action. Was there, not Ray, Apex, sorry, back in action. He was there last year when they finished second at EWC, and this year, of course, having to sit on the sidelines and watch Rasha take the spot, definitely it's a different feeling, but it was a much needed change. And now with Apex back on the field, let's see how this practice behind the scenes has paid off for him.
Yeah. And I thought Ingod will be sitting this out because I think it's from the interview that was mentioned by Rasia that like performance is not that well. It has been dying down, or it's like just because of that moment. Like it's different moments, especially EWC and other tournaments. So hopefully it doesn't trickle to that when it comes to Battle Royale. But good point indeed. When you want to see what AVAX has to offer in, well, not just in Clash Squad, not just in this Ninja Clash, but also in the other tournaments. But we'll have to wait a little bit more. We are focusing on this battle between Turn Up. Because at some point, the Oscar Tatsuya tandem between Jiu and Butsin, yes, it would work, but they're the ones who took out Cassie. So, like, the potential of Bobs using that was already taken out. And well, I guess since they're their first ban, they don't want to give it out to Evo's mind as well. So it's smart, but they could have. Used it to their advantage because of